Hey, what's up? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about TMNT Battle Nexus issue number 1. Warning, there will be spoilers and worlds will collide. Our story starts out actually with the history of the Battle Nexus tournament. We find out that it takes place on a meteor in the middle of outer space. Warriors from across the galaxy were unwillingly plucked from their lives to battle in this barbaric tournament. But things are changing. They're about to go interdimensional. So we actually end up switching over to the Turtles. They are in New York City, and they're currently in a fight with Bebop and Rocksteady again. And it's a pretty fun little fight because they don't really know exactly why they're fighting Bebop and Rocksteady. They just happen to be walking by and Bebop and Rocksteady kind of appeared. We do end up finding out Bebop and Rocksteady are running a secret racketeer option against hot dog vendors under Karai's nose. While this fight is going on, the Turtles end up getting sucked through a portal. The Turtles end up getting teleported to the Battle Nexus where they are told to drop their weapons or you will die. And they're like, what? What's going on? They're a little disoriented, discombobulated. Donnie ends up figuring out where exactly they are. And he's like, we're in trouble. And we see this character named Ninjara, who is this character right there. I had no idea who she was. She's like, drop your weapons or you'll die. They get into a pretty fun little fight, and we hear somebody say, don't kill them, they are the main event of the tournament. And we end up finding out who brought them here, none other than Savante Ramiro. So we actually do get this really funny interaction between Savante Ramiro and the Turtles, where the Turtles are like, who are you exactly? And Mikey picks up on it pretty fast at this point, where he's like, I think I know who this guy is. He's the guy who kind of always follows around Renette and tries to like get one up on Renette. Like, with Savante's involved in this, Renette's got to be involved in this somehow. And he's like, are you Romano Sombrero? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, my name is Savante Romero. How could you forget my name? We find out that somehow Savante has hijacked the Battle Nexus as well as kidnapped Renette. And he is starting to pluck people from different dimensions to fight in this tournament against the Turtles. Because he actually has a little beef with the Turtles, and he has a beef with the Council, who apparently fired him, maybe unceremoniously or unjustifiedly. I don't know. We actually end up finding out a little bit about what Savante Ramiro wants to accomplish with this new and improved Battle Nexus tournament. He wants to wipe the Turtles out from existence. That's what he wants to do. So he starts plucking people here and there throughout different dimensions. Specifically, the first one he picks is somebody who he kind of is doing Savante Ramiro's bidding, is Slash, who the Turtles thought was dead at this point because he got blown up in a nuclear explosion somehow, which they think they're going to be fighting Slash at this one point. But things take a turn for the interesting. So Leo unfortunately draws the short straw at this point. He gets picked first to fight in the first round of the Battle Nexus. He thinks he's going to be fighting Slash, but he hears a voice saying, you will not be fighting that monster, you fool. You will be fighting me. And who happens to show up but the original Shredder from the Mirage universe? Yes, that Shredder right there. All right, so let's take a look at the internal artwork right here. Here is your creative team right here. Give them all the love and respect that they deserve. A lot of writers on this issue, but we're not looking at the writing. We are looking at the artwork and the inks and all that. And I have to say, it's really good. I really, really like it. You know, I feel like it's not up to the quality of the last TMNT run that we had, but I think it's actually still really good and it works for this particular issue. The fighting in it is very dynamic. It's fun. All the different bright colors and stuff. It just has a different tone, I feel like, art-wise. It's not as very grim and gritty like the last Turtles arc we had, but it's just fun and it's different and it works, I have to say, with the art. And we get all the different characters in it. One, I really didn't know who she was. I did not know who Ninjara was. If you know who that is, please let me know, because I was very confused who this particular character was. I thought it was actually Alopex, but I was wrong. But yeah, we get a bunch of really fun little fight scenes in this. The comedy flows very well in this issue. Like, it is probably one of the highlights of this is all the jokes and like all the different references we get from the all different turtles, like continuities and universes and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a fun book, and it is a very beautifully drawn book. So, what exactly did I think of issue number 1 of Battle Nexus? Well, this was a fun read. I originally was not going to be picking up this miniseries because I kind of feel a little burnt out by a lot of the different crossovers with a lot of the IPs we have gotten over the past year or so. They very much vary in quality. But in my opinion, I'm looking at you, Godzilla Turtles crossover. You know what you did. But this one works so well, seeing as how, like, they have 4 different writers on this book, and, like, it just flows very well. The jokes are really funny, and you can tell, like, they are having the time of their lives, you know, getting to play in this multi-dimensional sandbox with the Battle Nexus and all the different continuities they're pulling from and different universes they're pulling from. This very much is a book for Turtles fans by Turtles fans, in my opinion. Which I really like it that it didn't really take itself that seriously within the setup of this story. Like, it's just fun. The jokes flow well. There's action in it. Like, it really makes me want to see like where exactly they're going to be pulling from next within the different dimensions of the turtles and stuff, which I was pleasantly surprised that they actually showed the Shredder in this, because I knew he was going to be in this, but I didn't know he was going to be like so front and center, one might say. Like, I thought they were going to hold off on the Shredder till like the end, like the last issue. You know, he was probably going to be like the dangling fruit, the carrot that was being held in front of us. But we get him at the end of this, and we will see him in the next issue fighting Leonardo, which I am all for. Like, this book just hit it out of the park in so many different levels, in my personal opinion. Like, it felt like they were playing with, I was a kid, you know, sitting there playing with action figures at one point, playing with Detective Donatello and like Spaceman Raphael, just hitting them together. Like, that's what this feels like. It just feels like you're playing as a kid and getting to see like all these different versions of the turtles interact with each other. And that was just a joy to read. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'm Otaku Mike. Peace out. Stay safe. What did you think of Battle Nexus issue number 1? Let me know.